We're standing what is probably the biggest cemetery in the world. We were at Majdanek a few days ago. Majdanek, the gas chamber over there, held 42 people. Over here, this was designed, a premeditated killing machine of high German technological standards that started with small amounts and grew until eventually they were able to kill 2,000 people in one shot, which is unfathomable. I mean, we are 34 people standing over here, but having 2,000 were killed in one go. And that's where we're standing right now, and obviously that's why the Germans decided at the end of the war to blow this up, because there's no greater witness to the cruelty and the systematic murder of hundreds of thousands of our Jewish brothers and sisters than the building that is now destroyed right behind us. So I want to quote for you, difficult though it is, the person who designed the whole concept of the final solution, as he called it, and that's Hitler. And Hitler himself, Yimach Shemo, as we say, his name should be blotted out from history. He said in Mein Kampf something which is very telling. Why did he have a problem with the Jewish people? Why did he make it his life mission when he was fighting wars on all fronts, yet he was still willing, till the end, knowing full well he was going to lose the war? Why was he still willing to send valuable troops, valuable commodities, valuable time, effort, money to kill a bunch of Jews sitting here in the middle of a field in Auschwitz here in Poland? Why didn't he just take all those resources, forget them, and fight the war? And that's because the reason he went to war was for power, but also because he wanted to destroy the world of the Jewish people. And his own words, he said, there's two things the Jewish people have inflicted upon humanity. Number one, the bris milah, the circumcision on the physical body. And number two, the moral conscious code the Jewish people have put onto the soul of the world. And that's what he wanted to destroy. And he did a damn good job of it. And to this day, we are surrounded by people who have a problem with the Jewish people. And they may use different codes for it. They call it anti-Zionism. They call it anti-Israel. But the world is full of it, and full of such individuals. There are countries, heads of state, who still will stand on the world stage and deny this, and denounce those people who want to spread the information that's happened to us in the past, and is happening to us now. So, I don't want to tell you what to feel. That's not my job. Everyone has to have their own personal connection to what they're witnessing here in Auschwitz today. And as I said before, the rare privilege of having someone who's actually here and survived this atrocity. It's not a tragedy. A tragedy is a volcano or a flood. This was a perpetrated atrocity against our people, specifically against Jewish people. Although others suffered, this was the main plan. So what do we say to fight anti-Semitism? So I'd like to share with you something I heard from one of my teachers. And what fights anti-Semitism is Semitism. The more we portray ourselves as Jews, the more we understand who we are, where we've come from, our unique mission in this world, when we introduce Semitism to our lives and to the world and live proudly as Jews, we are destroying this scourge which still exists. And no matter how many seminars and discussions and trips and UN resolutions will always exist, and that's anti-Semitism. To beat anti-Semitism, you need Semitism. And I believe that's an important message we need to at least put somewhere in our brains during this time. And this is the third time coming to Auschwitz. I'm still learning new things, and it's still a terrifying experience just imagining the men, women, and young children, you know, the innocents that were killed here. I think it's very appropriate that we use the opportunity, as we did in Majdanek, to say Kaddish. And Kaddish has always been the prayer that is made to remember those who have died, and according to the Jewish sources, there is no greater benefit to the soul of the deceased than having the Kaddish made on their behalf in this physical world. So while the Kaddish is made, I'll ask you all to have some silence. You can meditate, you can answer Amen to the Kaddish, and we should remember the hundreds of thousands of Jewish people who lost their lives unnecessarily in the room that's standing behind us. Your son-in-law is going to say Kaddish.